So the Euros is already taking shape, and there's been some pretty surprising outcomes so far. Some teams have, lived up to expectations. Some teams have not done well. We've seen some shock results, and we've seen some pretty exciting storylines. How has it been for you guys? Why are you laughing?
It's been shocking, and also I think some of the predictions have been correct by the bookmakers. That some teams like Germany, we said they were going to have a good group stage round, and we've seen them first team to qualify for the round of 16. Also seen Spain, but then there has been shockers. Some countries have struggled to get to victories. Countries like even France sort of struggled to beat Austria. We also saw that's the English team too, struggling struggling as it goes on. And I think one team I think that has pushed above their weight has to be Slovakia. I never saw them winning Ukraine, and that was shocking for me because I felt
it was Belgium, right? That they beat.
Oh, sorry, that Belgium. I know that we also have another one for Romania. Yes, beating Ukraine. Those two results were shocking for me because I think we did not really give those teams a chance. They were like the pushovers for that.
Yeah, I gave Romania a chance. So.
Did you give Romania a chance? That's nice.
I did. Small.
Okay, small. That's small. I need to check it. I need to investigate and be sure. But I feel
you want to investigate me?
Yes, I need to be sure. I'll go back to that clip. Thank God we have it. But it's been interesting so far, and some groups are still very open. Meaning a lot of countries, like 4 out of the countries in that same group, can still qualify. Yeah. So I feel it's been entertaining quite.
Well, I said before that it was boring, but I think it's starting to pick up because I like the fact that underdogs are starting to really step up. In fact, it was right after I said it that we started to see them, play out their minds. And that's what makes tournaments exciting, because when you don't have the favorites just winning, then tournament football has really started. Everybody is fighting for something. I think the good thing about the Euros, which we also saw at AFCON, and which is starting to become a trend, is that by the third game, nobody's out yet, for the most part, because you can still come third, and if you make it into the top 4 of the third place rankings, then you can still qualify. So everybody has something to play for up to the final minute, and that helps, because usually if you have that format where only 2 teams come out of all the groups, some
teams already know
they are through. So the third games are always very boring, but this time around there's a lot to play for still. And even though for instance you have some teams that have lost 2 games already or something like that, by the third game they still have a chance of making it through. So so far I think the tournament is starting to pick up, and exciting times.
One other country that has really shocked people has to be Croatia. I know I predicted they're going to struggle, but I did not see it to this level. Bad, What really went wrong for the Croatians?
I won't say anything has really gone wrong, but I think fatigue is just getting to them. Their squad is very old. They are like the 4th oldest squad at the Euros. Only Germany, Scotland, and Poland have older squads than them. But when you look at Germany, they still have a good blend of youth and experience to go with. But when you look at Croatia, come on, aside their backline, you have MODRIC. I'm not going to mention his name. I mean his age on this set, but we all know how old MODRIC is already. Brozovic is 31. Kovacic is 30. When you go to their forward line, Kramaric is 33. Then Petkovic is 29. The youngest in their midfield and attack is Maya, who is only 26. If you go to their backup striker, which is Budimir, he's also 32. So when you look at the fact that aging legs all over the place,
they
have Perisic that had to even play left back. So
after coming back from
long-term injury. So I think the aging squad is getting to them, and they are just out of it already.
But Sir Bruno, if you look at this Croatian side, we know that in the Euros they are not their best round has been the quarters. Last 2 Euros, round of 16, and I've seen that. So shouldn't we just say it's them not stepping up in the Euros, unlike just saying about the age thing for the...
First thing I want to say is, look at MODRIC. Look at me. Go and retire. And I'll continue to say, retire.
You have said this when Real Madrid won the Champions League.
Yes, I've been saying it for like a year. Retire.
I mean, Rakitic did the same.
Rakitic
left.
But he feels he still has enough to
He still has
at least
nothing.
a year.
He should go and rest. See, MODRIC is 39. 39.
Nicolas Pepe is 41.
Whoever was coming to replace him when he was 29 and the person was 20, and the person is 30 now and has not replaced him because he won't go away.
But Pepe is 41 and he still plays.
He should retire too. Cristiano Ronaldo retire. Messi retire. See, it's painful to me because I feel like you have to do the honorable thing and go away. Let the younger ones have even the tournament experience, even if they don't make it. Because what's now the point of Modric coming here and they go out in the first round? You've not achieved anything. You've not blooded the next generation. You still went out in the first round. So what is it about? Modric has had tournaments upon tournaments. He has played. Brozovic too should go. When I saw that Perisic was still coming to this tournament, after I think he had an ACL injury that kept him out and he just rushed back and he wants to play. Like, it's 35. At 35 coming back from an ACL.
Literally playing with painkillers.
Go away. Like, just go away. Because what happens is that sometimes you need to start giving tournament experience to the next generation. Especially with like the 2026 World Cup coming. So they don't have, nobody expects Croatia to win this tournament. And they've even tried. They've come third in the World Cup, second in the World Cup. So it's time for the old heads to go away. You've done the best you can do for this country.
But with the way we are just saying they should retire, we always talk about having a good transition of your players.
The transition should have happened.
Yeah, it should have. But if you just say let them push all of them out quickly, how is
it's supposed to happen slowly. You phase them out slowly.
Yeah.
No, but with Croatia, the way we are saying it,
if
that means
Modric
there is
keeps
nothing like
making
it's just
himself
for us
available, they can't drop Modric.
Like I said, Germany actually have the oldest squad at Euros. But when you look at their lineup, you have players like Musiala, you have Musiala, you have Witt, you have a good blend of youth, you have Havertz, you have a good blend of youth and experience. That is how it should be
Even
done.
Kroos left at
Even
some point.
Kroos left and came back.
We had.
So some of these players in quotes,
they didn't carry emails.
Brozovic and Co, they should not be starting. They should be in the squad for their experience,
to
give their experience to the younger
those
players.
old men now. Midfield is more than just having aura.
Yes, you have to have the legs.
You have to have the legs as well. Now, past Croatian teams, when Modric is not able to run, you had other people doing work. But those ones now, they are old, and then Rakitic is gone. So
they don't have a target man like their assistant coach now,
Mandzukic.
Okay,
You get Mandzukic. See how Mandzukic left, and there's now space for others to play. But for me, that's the biggest problem. If the oldest won't retire, you can't really build a team, especially long term. You can't see Spain now. Spain have a bunch of young players.
But we know we cannot really compare these countries like Germany and also Spain when you have to talk about Croatia, because we know that. Let's remember Croatia is one of the smallest nations.
They do have talent. They do have
no, they do,
talent.
but we want the talent. It's be more of a collective effort from this team. We know that.
Okay, but Modric will still go, right? So when he goes, what's going to happen? They will still have to play wherever.
There's always going to be a post-Modric
exactly. So instead of keeping it going like that, just go away. Like, this thing is so painful to me because Kovac, in his time, actually left for that same reason. He said it that, you know what, they begged him to come back first because he retired.
Yeah,
he came back. Then he now said, you know what, I have to go. Because I think at that time it was like 37. It was like, I have to go. That the younger players should get more opportunities to play. And guess who the younger players were? Modric.
Okay.
You know, Modric played with Kovac, but it gave him more prominence in the team when Kovac left.
Okay, so away from let's go away from old men and Croatia for a bit. Let's talk about a team that they can actually boast of some of the best young players in the world in the name of England, but yet they are still not performing like the way we are expecting. What can you say about this England team?
I think that
because if you talk about quality, they can rival almost any team in the world. Yeah, quality for quality. Yeah, alongside France, but they always seem like they are not hitting the heights.
You have Player of the Year in England, Foden. You have Young Player of the Year in England, Cole Palmer. You have Jude Bellingham, Player of the Year in Spain, Ballon d'Or contender. You have Bukayo Saka, who the whole French team wanted to finish at the last World Cup.
Best 9 in the world.
You have Harry Kane. Like, what else?
What more do you need as the manager?
But the first sign that a manager is not good for me is when a manager cannot set up midfield profiles. I take midfield play very seriously.
I agree with that.
If you don't know who to play and when and how to match different profiles together, then I'm sorry, it's pointless. And if you don't know why you are playing players, you are playing Trent in midfield because of his passing.
He can pass. That's very terrible.
Passing.
That's
and forgetting that you can still do that Because
from
yes,
right
we
back.
also see him,
You know,
track forward.
then you're now playing players in attack that like the ball to fit. So what's the point of the passing? Because you want him to play all those diagonals and stuff. That's for players who run. The Rashfords, the Gordons, and then you now play Foden there. So Foden is coming back and saying, "Give me the ball." Bellingham is coming and saying, "Give me the ball." Saka, give me the ball. So even Kane is saying, "Give me the ball to fit."
Because Kane also wants to play too many times.
He wants to drop deep and play those balls. But who is going to be running after those balls?
When Mourinho was the coach of Kane, that's when Kane even said he had to track back a lot and all.
Yeah. So let's go away from Europe a bit and let's travel to another continent. The Copa America has begun and it started on a title winning or title defensive note for the Argentine side rather. They won like 2-0 against Canada. That means your tip did not come out.
Lionel Messi. Avoid me.
I warned him. I told him that.
Avoid me. They created 9 big chances. So my analysis wasn't wrong.
Messi missed 2 out of them.
My analysis wasn't wrong.
No,
they are going to create. They are going to want to finish Canada. But just score. So if I project, it's not my fault. Please, they should go out. Everybody should go out Messi, because if you create 9 big chances, you're supposed to score at least 3 goals, and that was my projection. Argentina win 3 goals.
But Lukaku created, and he did not.
That's another thing. So there are some things that are out of the hands of the tipsters. Tipsters can only do so much, but we are not God.
But to be fair, Canada were the better team in the first half.
Yes, in the first half.
If Buchanan and Eustáquio converted their chances, I mean, it could have been
more chances.
It could have been.
And I've
gotten
my 2.5.
Even the manager said Jesse Marsh that they were supposed to have done better in the first half, and then they let.
And we saw how they played against France.
But credit to your pick, anyways. You mentioned Messi 1+ assists, and he actually played a delightful ball.
And he created 5 big chances.
Yeah, he created 5 big chances. Even the first goal, for those that are crazy about stats, there is a pre-assist. It was Messi that played that brilliant ball to McAllister before he led to the first.
So I remember I said this specifically like this, that Messi may not score, but he's going to assist. Yeah. And true, he didn't score, which killed my 2.5, but he assisted. My sleeve and that of color day is still on.
Yeah, it's still on. And speaking about Messi also made history in that game by becoming the player with the most Copa America, appearances. 35 appearances now.
Retire.
It just shows longevity.
Yeah, it shows how amazing.
Why doesn't want to win another Copa?
His first,
what is
his
he doing
debut
then?
to the Copa America was at while he was 20 years old, and now how old is he now?
He's 37.
17 years later, Messi is still waxing strong, and Argentina are once again favorites to do it again. He has won the competition once, finished as runners-up 3 times, finished 3rd place as well once. So we'll just have to see what happens when Argentina take on Chile in their next match. But for me, I would just like to say, from what I saw in that Copa America match, I give them credit for the turnout. The turnout was massive. But
because it's Argentina that played.
Maybe.
Imagine you started that competition with US.
Remember that.
Don't forget, Messi is already a king now in the US, and it is being played in the US.
That's why I said Argentina.
So Inter Miami fans are there.
Did you see the
Argentine fans are there. You
Messi,
saw the jersey, it was all Messi, all true.
That's what I said. That's why the jersey is used.
But I don't want to shade the Copa America, but it was looking very subpar. The graphics, everything. Even AFCON was way better than this.
They should.
AFCON is the joint best international tournament after the World Cup.
We and Euros are on the same level.
Actually, no, we are not on the same level.
We're better than the Euros.
Above Euros.
Euros, hear me very well. Here's a challenge for you, Ice Bucket Challenge. If you can do better than the Euros than AFCON did in January, something for you. But anyway.
Okay, so the Copa America is actually looking promising, and I think just like we've seen in the for the first round, I don't think there will be much upset compared to the Euros. I think most of the big games, the big guys will come and do what we expect them to do. Worst case scenario, maybe we'll see a draw.
Yeah, worst case was most.
But most of the big sides, I think
it's going to be like a
so before we'll see fireworks, maybe until the second.
I just want to see which CONCACAF teams will come out of their group.
I'm looking out for USA.
I think just USA.
I think.
Don't underrate those Jamaican men.
Yes, I'm looking
Jamaican sauce. Don't underrate
they'll
those
collect
guys.
7.
They can't collect 7, Cerebral. They
They'll
can't be
collect
that
7.
bad to collect 7 now. Come
You
on.
see now.
They can't take 7.
7.
Just-
Maybe I said it. You see now.
Just watch.
You see now. When they collect 7, remember I said it, and I'll tell you I told you so.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, so the Euros is kicking on and it promises to be exciting. Match day 3 is even going to be better because there will be a lot at stake for every side, and we'll be yet to cover all the action and talking points as they come. Some teams have already made their way through to the round of 16, and we'll be yet to see the other teams that will join them. Once again, it's been an interesting episode for myself, Sarah Bruni, and the Duchess of Sports. And as usual, we'd like you to join us in the comment section below and join us in our Euros and Copa America conversation. Till we come your way next time, it's been a wrap.